Welcome to Kidmissing TV. This is the unsolved murder of Terry Bowers. Terry Bowers was an 11-year-old little boy who was murdered at Boy Scout camp. He was stabbed to death in his sleeping bag on April 26, 1970. They were in Darby, Pennsylvania at the Blessed Virgin Mary Church. His sister said, quote, "I just feel that there's got to be somebody out there who knows something. How does something so heinous go unsolved for so long?" Well, because I think that the policeman that I watched, and I will put a link to him with this video if I remember when I put it up, a retired homicide detective who said he thought that perhaps, because I guess his bottoms were undone or something, or he was naked, one of the other boys out of curiosity started touching him, and he woke up, and the boy stabbed him out of fear. A former neighbor of the family, Lorraine Placido, has been hard at work on this case. She said, "I just could not imagine losing a child and then never having resolution or justice, or knowing exactly what happened." In the morning, Robbie Jordan, I think it was Robbie, I'm not sure, came running into our tent screaming, "Terrence Bowers has blood all over him," Placido read. Placido has collected numerous articles and documents through the years, including the layout of the camp. Her gut tells her this was not a random killing. She thinks the same thing he does. It was somebody that was there, whether it was one of the adult or teenage leaders, whether it was one of the boys. Now, you say, well, how would they get a hold of it? How would the boys get a hold of a knife? Boy Scouts have a pocket knife. So, it would be interesting to know, was he killed with a Boy Scout knife? Could a Boy Scout knife have been the weapon? The family visited Terry's gravesite recently on a rainy afternoon. They are holding out hope that his case will finally be solved once and for all. If it's God's will, it will be done, and we're just hoping that that's the case. I really hope it's God's will. Terry's brother, Chris Bowers, said. There is a $51,000 reward offered in this case for information leading to an arrest and conviction. If you have a tip that could help solve this case, you're being asked to call Crime Stoppers or the Pennsylvania State Police. When a young schoolmate is viciously murdered and the killer is never caught, it's a memory that children carry into adulthood. Oh, without a doubt. That is how it's been for longtime Darby Borough resident Paula Evans Brown and many of her friends. It was a horrible thing. I saw things I would like to forget, but I can't, Brown said. It was very, very sad. 47 years since he was killed. She says, "I still know people who were on that camping trip." And his mother, all she wants is justice for her son. Now, the $51,000 reward is broken up like this: $25,000 each from the victim's family, as well as the Boy Scouts of America, Chester County Chapter, and the Cradle of Liberty Council in Philadelphia, and up to $1,000 from the Pennsylvania Crime Stoppers. "47 years is a long time," said Charles Rogers. "It would be wonderful if they could get some closure." Sure would. At the time of Terrence's death, the Bowers family included his father, Terrence J., his mother, Mary, his sister, Maureen, 12, his sister, Colleen, 8, his sister, Suzanne, 5, and brothers Christopher, 9, and John Andrew, 18 months. They lived on Bradford Road in Darbyboro, Pennsylvania. He was stabbed 4 times. The investigation ended up spreading as far as Oklahoma and Georgia, when suspects in other Pennsylvania homicides were arrested. They even looked at the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders as a possible lead. A 25-year-old employee of an adult bookstore in Philly was questioned in connection with the murder 2 years later. His father died of a heart attack at the age of 47 in 1978. This is a letter from his sister, Suzanne. It was posted on a Darbyboro message board. It read, "To all of you who remember Terry Bowers and pray for our family, thank you. Mom Bowers is still tormented daily. Funny how after all these years, the detectives have not come to any conclusions. Fishy, fishy. When I hit the lotto, I will dedicate my life to finding the conclusion for the peace of my family. I was married on the date of Terry's death, so that a happy memory could be made on that date. It helps Mom somewhat. Keep the prayers coming for us to know, and thank you." If you have any information, please call Pennsylvania State Police at 610-486-6280 or Pennsylvania Crime Stoppers toll-free. And remember, you can always stay anonymous with Crime Stoppers. 1-800-4PA-TIPS. That's 4PATIPS. So, like I said, that policeman's video was interesting. He had an interesting take on the case. If I remember by the time I put this up, I will definitely link that in the cards. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you next time here on Kidmissing TV. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you.